There's so many things I would like to do.
High five.
Hi, man.
I'm here in Jacek's studio today. He's set an interesting challenge for us to do, an interesting artistic challenge. So we have 15 minutes on the clock. We're using pastels, and the challenge he set for me is one of color. I have to use as many colors as possible, and I have to fill up the entire piece of paper,
One each, yeah?
one each.
Yep.
And no white spots at all. So it has to completely fill this up. We've got 15 minutes on the clock, and then we'll see what we create in the end. Okay, so I'm going to set a timer in that case. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
All right.
God, be quick. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna double hand this whole thing.
Yes.
Because we have limited time, so I want to double hand. Doubling my productivity. One of the things that you shared about your previous artwork was around how you wanted to remove the barriers. You know, the glass, you said, was a barrier for you.
Yeah.
You know, to get people to be really a lot more connected to the art itself. That struck me as a really interesting, different way of looking at art. Is that why you think some people may not be as into art or fearful of art?
Yeah, I think there's lots of perception that you have to be intellectual, you have to finish university to understand art. Like, I think art is very for everyone. Like, you know, look at kids, how they paint. They just have no judgment. They just go for it.
And I hadn't thought about it until you actually mentioned it. The notion that, like, if you simply, I need to use a few different colors now. That if you simply, even the act of putting a piece of glass over the artwork, yes, it protects the art, of course it does, but there's already a barrier.
Yeah.
You know, this must be protected. And it's an interesting, subtle message underneath it.
And so you can basically apply lots of force to this because you're on the table, it's a hard surface. So you can pretty much then break pastel as well, and then you can do like smudges like this, like that. You can do stuff like that. So ideally, I want your hands be in pain, so you feel like you're really, really pushing yourself hard.
Yep.
Sometimes when I'm into it, I just remember I had like my fingers were bleeding. So I have to stop because I was just that into it. Just talking about complete surrender into art.
I want to come back to this earlier point that you mentioned about how you struggle with saying, oh, what's your style? What's your theme?
I just really struggle with that question because it's like whenever I have exhibition, people of course are curious and want to ask me these things. They want to have a conversation, and of course that's pretty normal to have these questions. But I really struggle with this. Like, I'm same like you. Like, I can't commit to one style. I don't have one style. I explore constantly. You know, every day is something different.
But it's tricky, isn't it? Because in the world that we live in, it's very easy. It's very natural to want to like understand what's a thing.
I'll wipe it, swipe it.
To understand a thing that other people are doing. You know, we have the simplest example. We have a problem with our taxes. We need to get an accountant. But something like art, if we apply that to art, then understandably, here's an artist, they're consistent in what they do. I know what they get.
Yes, yeah.
But in some ways, I mean, it's this paradox of the people that we are, isn't it? We actually are very multi-layered, but we're often just pushed into well, but who exactly are you? What's your thing?
Look at this. Awesome, man. Love it. You bloody framed that.
We've got another 15 seconds.
Oh my gosh, that's so quick. So this is really when you're in now, because time just stops. 15 minutes was like 1 second. We just...
Yeah. All right. I think I got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah! High five.
Well done. This is just, a banana on your face, because it's like, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah. All right. So that's time. We have our 2 challenge masterpieces here. Okay. So why don't I talk about what was going through my mind as I was creating this?
Yeah, just tell us like how you felt, especially I wanna maybe start from the beginning when the challenge was set.
Yeah.
When you saw, what was your first thoughts?
So my first thought was, I like feeling the entire, you know what, in some ways, when you sort of said, I want everything filled up with color, I felt like it made it a little bit easier for me, because I think the fear would have been, or a bit of anxiety would have been, let's create, imagine if you said, let's create a portrait. Then I'll be like, I don't know how to really like shape portraits. It's almost harder to define something.
Next challenge, we'll do that.
Okay, next challenge, we'll do that. And so in some ways saying fill everything up made it a little bit easier, because like I just couldn't think. Like I just had to go.
Yeah, I just want you to feel, not thinking.
Exactly.
No thoughts about anything else, just to
go with it.
Just you and that,
Yeah. And so I was very much in this, like I had a very universal, like the universe was the thing that came to me. And so I kind of wanted to start dark and go in brighter to sort of represent like I guess, sort of the sun, like a singularity point, and then it draws out. But I didn't want to do it as just like, here's a defined star with a boundary. It was more the energy of it coming out of the universe. And that for me was I guess the choices of going, okay, I felt like I wanted to start something a bit darker and then blend it in a little bit more. And then with all the pieces, like the little broken pieces of the pastels afterwards, I was just getting all my hands into that and just like scraping it everywhere to just try and fill up more space. But also I just thought, I don't know, it just showed bits and things coming out of stars and out of this
because I was
just
concentrating on my paintings, so I didn't look at all at yours, but I just felt the energy like going for it, and I saw 2 hands going because I just have like vision here. It's just amazing. So
so that's me. So tell me about like what was your process? What was going through your head?
Before I go to me, I just said like there was a residue acrylic painting. And then when Scott was painting, it's created this like a real paper start breaking. So this looks very cool. And if we just
it's a wormhole.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, that's a beautiful black hole there. Yeah. I don't know. I just went for it and just pick colors. I don't know. I just went for it and I have no idea. There's just something coming up. Keep asking me to do more. There was some kind of like a maybe building coming up here.
Actually to me, so this is how my brain's starting to work now. There's something really interesting about now that you said building, I can sort of see these are buildings down in the far distance. Here's a building up front, and this is like the light coming down from the sky, from the universe, from the stars over.
But lots of light, So, but you just I was just going for it, and this kind of using this color, and then it's like, oh, maybe it might be that. But still don't want to be building, but whatever you think. But
Well, I mean, what was interesting for was watching you, because I mean, there was another little challenge that I had was like how to use materials, right? Because typically we get these types of things like this, and it was very natural to kind of go, oh, I'm supposed to grip it like this. And there was a part of me going, how am I going to like feel this? Like that's a lot of drawing to get down there.
That was the challenge, and I'm glad you explored kind of break free from that. Start breaking the paper from the oil pastel.
Yep.
Using both hands. start squashing it, using the leftover parts because that's what they'll break. And yeah, it's just how.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting to see your intensity. I think that was the thing for me, was when I sort of had a quick look over it once in a while. You know, so one interesting difference, yours, there's such a deepness to it, like there really is no white at all. For me, because I was going so quick, it's, you know, there's still lots of white coming through, right? But you went like so much deeper, and there's a real intensity to how you've done that. So which is a nice little message as well of like broad versus what happens when we go just a little bit deeper to create an even deeper richness.
So I just I put as I always, you know, as I said before, I really put everything I got when I paint, and I hope that goes through when the artwork is completed, and I hope that's what attracts someone to want it to have at home, whatever it might be. The same as I see other people artworks to just, you know, you know, have it at a good place and look at it every day, and it brings you joy and, you know, inspires you.